Sloths are some of the most fascinating and unique creatures on Earth. Known for their slow movement and laid-back lifestyle, these animals live in the treetops of tropical rainforests and have some truly incredible adaptations. But there's a lot more to sloths than meets the eye. In today's video, we're going to dive into everything you need to know about these mysterious and lovable animals, from their slow-motion lifestyle to their strange, surprising habits. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is a sloth? Sloths are tree-dwelling mammals found in the rainforests of Central and South America. There are two main types of sloths, the two-toed sloth and the three-toed sloth. Despite their names, both types have 3 toes on their back legs, but it's their front limbs that differ. Two-toed sloths have, you guessed it, 2 claws on their front limbs, while three-toed sloths have 3. These slow-moving creatures belong to the group Xenarthra, which also includes animals like anteaters and armadillos. Sloths have been around for a long time. Scientists believe their ancestors roamed the Earth over 35 million years ago. So, why are sloths so famously slow? Well, it turns out that their slow movements are actually a key part of their survival strategy. Sloths have an incredibly slow metabolism, which means they burn energy very slowly. This is because their diet mainly consists of leaves, which are low in calories and nutrients. Since their food doesn't give them a lot of energy, they need to conserve what little energy they get, so they move slowly to avoid using too much of it. A slow metabolism also means sloths only need to eat a small amount each day, about 15 to 30 grams of leaves. Moving slowly also helps sloths avoid predators. In the dense jungle, their slow movements make them difficult to spot. Their fur, which often becomes covered in algae, helps them blend into the trees even better. One of the most interesting things about sloths is that they spend most of their lives hanging upside down. They eat, sleep, and even give birth while hanging from tree branches. But how do they manage this? First, let's talk about their claws. Sloths have long, curved claws that act like built-in hooks. These claws allow them to latch onto branches effortlessly, using very little energy to stay suspended. Two-toed sloths have claws that can grow up to 3 inches long, while three-toed sloths have slightly shorter but equally effective claws. These claws are so strong that even when a sloth dies, it may continue to hang from the tree because of the way its claws naturally grip. Sloths also have specialized muscles that help support their weight while hanging upside down. Unlike most animals, which rely on their muscles for active movement, sloths have ligaments that help hold their limbs in place while they hang. This means they can stay in this upside-down position without using much muscular energy, further conserving their limited energy supply. Interestingly, sloths' organs, like their heart, lungs, and liver, are all positioned differently from other mammals. This helps prevent their internal organs from being squished, allowing them to breathe and function normally while they're hanging upside down. Sloths have another fascinating feature. Their fur isn't just for keeping them warm. It's home to an entire ecosystem. Sloth fur can host algae, fungi, and even tiny insects like moths and beetles. The algae give their fur a greenish tint, which helps them blend in with the leaves of the trees. This is another clever way sloths avoid predators like jaguars and eagles. Some scientists even believe that sloths and the insects in their fur have a symbiotic relationship. The moths lay their eggs in the sloth's fur, and when the sloth comes down from the tree to poop, something it only does about once a week, the moths deposit their larvae in the sloth's droppings. These larvae eventually hatch into moths and return to live in the sloth's fur again. Despite their slow movements on land, sloths are surprisingly good swimmers. In fact, they're much faster in water than they are in trees. Sloths use their long arms to propel themselves through water, and they can hold their breath for up to 40 minutes. This swimming ability comes in handy when they need to cross rivers or when their forest homes flood during the rainy season. Who knew such slow animals could be so fast in the water? Sloths have one of the slowest digestive systems of any mammal. It can take a sloth up to a month to fully digest a single meal. Since their diet is mostly made up of tough, fibrous leaves, their stomachs have to work extra hard to break everything down. They have a specialized, multi-chambered stomach. that helps them slowly ferment and digest their leafy meals. This slow digestion process is one of the reasons sloths only come down from the trees about once a week to, well, go to the bathroom. Coming down from the trees is dangerous for sloths as they're more vulnerable to predators on the ground. But it's a necessary trip since they can't defecate from up in the trees. In the wild, sloths typically live for about 20 to 30 years, depending on the species. In captivity, some have been known to live even longer. However, sloths face several threats in the wild, including habitat destruction from deforestation and human activities. As rainforests are cleared for agriculture and development, sloths lose their homes and the trees they depend on. Fortunately, there are conservation efforts in place to protect sloths and their rainforest habitats. Organizations are working to rescue injured or orphaned sloths and release them back into the wild. You can help by supporting these conservation efforts and raising awareness about the importance of protecting sloths and their ecosystems. So, next time you hear someone call a sloth lazy, you can remind them that these creatures have evolved some of the most fascinating survival strategies in the animal kingdom. If you enjoyed learning about sloths today, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more videos. We'd love to hear your favorite sloth fact in the comments.